Greetings everyone, I am Sister Lilia and welcome to my armory. And welcome to Big Iron's only Mechanicus. So, hopefully we're live now. But, let's just see where things are at. So, I've not got enough blackstone to do some upgrades. But, we have Tech Priest with Arc Pistol and... oh, come on, brain. Xenorite Gamma Pistol. Ooh, wrong button. We have Tech Priest with Macro Stubber and... oh, come on, I should remember the names of these things. Phosphor Serpenter. And a Tech Priest armed with a Xenorite Macro Stubber and your Phosphor Blast Pistol. Good old Phosphor Blast Pistols. So, what mission am I going to do next, hey? I realise I'm starting this stream a bit earlier than I normally would, but, so be it. Does anyone give me more pistols? New Tech Priest? That's an option. I might just pull one of those and just add in a ranger so that I have someone who can shoot across the map. It might be difficult to grasp for someone with emotional dampening measures like yourself, Megos, but we're taking a hit on morale. The Seminario Militum gives plentiful instruction on the importance of battlefield morale. I am well aware of the factors affecting it. Good. Because it's being impacted in... oh no, because it's being impacted in all cohorts in the Tomb Valley. We're working the Skitarii hard, and they're fighting an undying enemy that never seems to run out of bodies to throw at us. Your statement of fact is such that a proposed solution will soon follow. Strike a symbolic blow, something big and obvious, that it can give the Skitarii something to cheer. There's a statue of Arglare in his tomb that might make for a suitable target. Game, I am pressing. It is not letting me press. Okay, had to skip it. Sorry. Wanted to continue the dialogue. The dialogue decided to break. And the hardware is going to get loud. So, whoever Lord Arglare was, he loved... oh, sorry about bashing the mic there. He loved building statues of himself, not so different from plenty of humans. I register concern and disappointment at that statement. Care that you do not compare the Xenos to a human. It is inimical to mankind. Why is the controls not working for this mission? I had to skip another dialogue box. That poor Skitarii. The cohort comes across a lone Skitarii. The soldier has been badly wounded. Oh no, has a badly wounded arm and is serving her unit as a courier since she can no longer use a weapon. She explains she is infantry operator, 3rd class Epsilon 50 binary cohort. Oh no, 5th binary cohort, manifold theta. Jeez. So many words. So many pointless words. Well, not so much pointless, but yeah. And that she must take a slate of forward combat observances to the command post near the entrance. Look, I'm going to assist her. The trooper is grateful for the assistance, and her spirits are buoyed up to hear the impeding destruction of the statue of Agla. The deviation... Oh no, deviation? Yes. From the mission plan takes time, but provides the cohort with assurance that the statue's toppling will indeed be of great benefit to the Skitarii morale. I'll talk about the Mechanicus announcements once I've got into the battlefield, because the background noise of the game consoles overheating is not the best thing to talk over. Come on, jet engine. Calm down. Ooh, the Praetorians, with their Rod of the Covenant. These names match Imperial records, however they predate them. Maybe Rejek has information on this? Let me check. Rejek, Necron Scriptures has proven decodable. They've catalogued their armories and regimental deployments. Their pride in not encrypting name designations has allowed decoding into nanospheric binary. And saying binary just reminds me of Donna Noble going binary, 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 binary. It appears this is your answer, xenobiologist. Praetorians scour the skies before an assault, often awaiting the opponent file corruption too heavy to proceed. Best if we avoid interfering with Rejek's databanks in future. Certainly, when he's midway through enemy data download. Okay, so we got what will soon... Yeah, pardon me. We got the announcement of what will soon be the second Mechanicus named character. It's only been 9 years since the last one. Finally. Also, we get to see where that servo skull with what looked like a roll of toilet paper goes. And as it turns out, on top of a tech priest. So, Thulia Guld, Archmagos, Terminus of Mars, is a well-armed looking piece of work. I mean, beyond there having a weird axe that I'm not sure how you'd actually swing that thing beyond jabbing it. They look like they've got a servo skull with some kind of a micro laser. The actual thing doesn't say what she's armed with, which is kind of a shame, but she is of the auto reductor, which is a pretty potent thing. Does it actually say what she's armed with? No, it doesn't. It does give a decent rundown of her character, and if you want to know more about her, I'd suggest you actually go and have a read. But for a while there, while looking at it, I was thinking this could work for a base model for Savola or Sikvola, but then I looked more closely and I'm like, yeah, no, this won't work. As much as the curved armor panels around the front and around kind of the waist and down could work, they don't. The top cuirass or carapace thing or shell thing could work, but I'd be much better using a Dominus. But that wasn't the only thing in that announcement that we got. We're also getting heavier versions of Skitarii known as Hastarii that get what seems to be two main weapon loadouts. We've got the heavy firepower version, we've got a heavy anti-infantry version of them. What's the actual weapon they're carrying called? Because I read it here somewhere. They seem to have the option for either eradication casters or Fusilier Lance, which looks like a much smaller version of the neutron lasers that you see on the Dune Crawler. In fact, a lot of the weapons on these things look like they came from the Dune Crawler but were scaled down. And the eradication caster just looks neat and aggressive. And the lance weapon that looks decent as well. Plus, you know, they've got a carapace back-mounted weapon that seems to either be an arc pistol or a phosphor weapon. And the leader of the squad doesn't get to keep the ranged weapon by the look of it. The squad leader, by the look of it, gets a power sword, which I find to be a kind of strange choice. You've got a model in a squad that is normally heavily armed, and then you got this one dude with a power sword and a vest. Just seems kind of underwhelming. But they're a cool looking unit, and I'd suggest checking them out after the stream. A Mechanicum, it's a running joke at the moment of how much Mechanicum got, and then you look at the last 5 years for Mechanicus and they've got nothing. Like, they got one character that is memed on for being essentially Go-Go Gadget. Oh, I was trying to push that other tech priest forward and clicked the wrong one. Oh, sniper. Wonder if I can run counter battery fire. Yes, I probably can. Though I'm gonna have to deal with this thing first. So that's not all. With the Warhammer Imperium magazine starting up, not Imperium, Combat Patrol starting up this past week or last week in Australia, I managed to secure more than one copy. I initially had secured a first copy I'd got put on that I'd requested them put aside for me, and then there was another on shelf. Then on the weekend I went back and grabbed more because apparently they had more. A decent amount more, which meant I wasn't going to be depriving anyone. But that has meant I now have enough Terminators to make a Terminator squad. And they'll be mirror gripped. So I have this weird fascination with the idea of mirror gripping Terminators, as in having Terminators with the reverse armaments. Now, can you hit if I put you here? I can put you there and you'll be able to target. Good. Okay, so you are going to be opening up on... No, don't target the close by enemy. Open up on that thing. Let's see if he gets closer so I can blast him out of existence. Nope, he gets even further away, because that makes sense. Game, you could have, you know, scrolled back to the tech priest. So let's use this. Let's just open up on him. Okay, since we're trapped in the base corner, I'm going to just move that one to there. Now, I am going to... Which do I want to do? I want to grab cognition from down here. So, I have a gut feeling with regard to, you know, the sudden timing of Mechanicus, well, with how Mechanicus 2 got delayed. I'm getting the feeling that instead of it, you know, just being because the devs wanted to have some more time to work on the game, I'm thinking GW might have told them, look, we're going to be releasing some Mechanicus stuff early next year. Just delay it a bit. Please delay the game a bit so as to help with generating hype towards the Mechanicus. And like, that'd be kind of cool, having new units be a tie-in release. Now, I'll be honest, I would have liked, you know, an actually proper release. Oh, I just realised I can deploy troops now. Part of me wants to do a run of just all Skitarii, but the amount of recording that would require. Take him down a peg, please. Okay, he's going to be a bit tough to deal with energy weaponry. I'm guessing I can't run him past. Okay. Let's just move you back to here. Set the pot shot on him. Oh. That's bad. No wonder we did nothing. There isn't much I can actually do. Let's just end turn. I really need to give my tech priests that perk that lets them run out of melee. Like, these new Hastarii probably wouldn't be too hard to conversion build. If you've got some spare bits from the Cataphren multi-kit. Although, before I do that, I've got a servitor I need to build for an Inquisitorial Agents squad that might eat up some of those parts. Comes down to, do I want to try making these on a limited budget, or do I want to try making these, do I want to wait and buy the actual kit? I've probably got the legs. The waists might be a problem. And the arms. Now, what do I want to just put in then? Actually, I know what I want to put in. I'm going to drop in some servitors, because screw it. Servitor spam. Let's get rid of at least one of these. Oh no, that didn't hit the one I was intending to hit. Let's get rid of him. Or not. Okay. Okay, that frees up a movement corridor. Good. Any chance that also gives me line of sight to that other Necron unit? Because I want to open up on it. Yes! Line of sight! We can take the thing out. Whoa, nearly did. Good work. Tech Priest, good work. So yeah, I've got a few Parts Work related videos using models from Parts Works that I want to get on with and actually have come out soon. because, you know, a new one started up. I might as well finish projects from the past ones. The more recent of the projects is the Orc Knob conversion, turning Ardboys from AOS into knobs. Now, I'm going to have to delay this tech priest moving. Damn, that sniper moved. Let's get rid of him. Free cognition. He's gonna get sniped. Let's open up on him. That did not take him down. You can't do anything, which is annoying. But yes, another one which dates right back from issue 1 of Imperium, when that dropped in, what was it, 2022 I think? No, it would have been 2021. Yeah, it was 2021. Is I got a mountain of issue 1 of Imperium magazine for one specific reason. Issue 1 came with the Bladeguard themed lieutenant and the Necron Royal Warden, and I had 2 conversions planned for that. On the Necron side, it was to turn a squad's worth of Royal Wardens into a 5-model squad of Necron Immortals, because I wanted to make a fun, decorative looking Immortal squad and then give them to a friend who was looking at getting into 40k to collect Necrons. Unfortunately, they never really did, and I kind of had a minor falling out with them around that. Let's just get rid of that. Now, can he move over to here? Yes, he can. Let's do some decent damage. Ooh, that, I was right, that did some decent damage. Now, let's retaliate against him. Bang! That did the job. Now, let's get some cognition. Okay, how far, where do I have to move to be able to target him? Up to there. Okay. Let's do that and get rid of him. I'm sick of seeing him. Now we'll get that cognition point, but we're going to lose a we traded a cognition point for a cognition point. The hardest part I can see about making that unit from scratch would actually be making the like the hardest part I can see about making the Hastarii would be scratch building the weapon and finding enough of the arc pistols amongst my collection. But otherwise, it might be an option. I think I've got. Where was that bits box? Sure, I had it out here. Yep, there it is. Mechanicus bits box. But I'll search through it afterwards. Yeah, he can't move any further. But yeah, now the Bladeguard, I had scored a collection of, what were they? Grey Knight Terminator weapons. I scored a whole weapons sprue off eBay. And I've been meaning to actually use those for a while now. So there's going to be a whole lot of blade guard armed with falchions, which, I mean, falchions look cool. You all think they look cool too, right? I have bits. I don't see legs. See the shoulders of titans, but, well, knights, but that's because I scored some because I saw them available cheaply. I don't see legs, but I know I have a incomplete Skitarii kit amongst stuff from when actually have I got any other? We got cognition down here. Yes, let's grab cognition from there. Now I want to run you to here. That might have been dumb. Or not. Maybe not. So let's just move the Skitarii up so I can use him to provide suppression. But yeah, I've had some I've had assortments of bits for Skitarii for ages now. So maybe I'll get to using some of them. We'll see. I can't imagine these would be particularly hard to scratch build. Just as long as they're, you know, comparable size to the normal Skitarii, which I think they are. Just it'll mean making custom torsos for them, which is easy enough. It's like, maybe I do what I did with the Jump Pack Cannon S and do a build video where I work on actually building the things as I react to them, but instead I'm like, nah, let's play Mechanicus. I've got more than enough build videos in the works for this week. If the Power Fists arrive in time, I'll do a video on the Terminator conversion. If not, that'll be for a future week. I'm wanting to try and get them done though before Combat Patrol Issue 2 drops here in Australia. Now, I don't need to drop any troops because we've already got plenty. Get rid of him. I don't want him coming back. Now, that's interesting. Looking closer at the bottom of the weapon mount for the Hastarii, or for the, not Hastarii, for the Hastarii. The bottom of the weapon mount looks like it's got similar nodules on it to the sides of, either the sides of the plasma gun, of the plasma, what's its name, or to the, oh, come on, or to the underslung of the radium carbines that the Vanguards have, so that could make for some cool parts. And I just ended up with some Mechanicus bits that included some Skitarii, that included some helmets for Vanguards. Hey, I can destroy things. Now, and now I have to use that on there. Of course it destroys it, that's the whole point of it. Now let's see if this can take out that Necron warrior. Nope. Okay, should have done it in the other order. So now I'm going to need to run him back so he doesn't get wiped. He could really do with some cognition so he can drop another troop. I might just hold off on him. Let's just run you up. Oh, that is nice. Let's find me some more cognition, shall we? There we go. There isn't much else I can do. Let's just buff the damage up a bit. You gotta buff it up. Come on, buff it up. I'm not singing any more of that because I don't want to risk copyright, but yes, we're down, and that means we can continue marching. Okay, pardon the loud map noise. So the statue in the chamber, oh no, a statue group in the chamber ahead depicts several nameless Necron lords, all wielding a variety of weapons and implements of authority. Though not as dramatic as the target statue of Ugla, it certainly represents the Necron leader's habit of self-aggrandizement. We are going to destroy these things. Gunfire and grenades reduce the statues to scorched rubble in an outpouring of righteous anger at the blasphemy of the Necrons represent. The noise and fury cannot help but attract attention, but the statues are made of precious metals that are subsequently salvaged, and the psychological impact of striking such a blow cannot be overstated. Free resources. So either way, if I go back to there, it's still gonna be a lot. It's still gonna take at least 2 more alertness levels. So, a statue of Lord Arglek dominates the chamber. It is smaller than the cohort's objective, but clearly such an icon of Xenos heresy cannot be left standing intact. We are going to blow the thing to pieces. Clearly explosives are just the solution. The statue is obliterated by an explosive charge, almost collapsing the entire chamber. The noise must have brought attention to the cohort, but it is worth it to see this act of righteous destruction completed. Righteous vandalism, more like. Okay, can the console calm down a bit? Yeah, it can calm down a bit. Okay, so where is that destroyer? I'm just going to stick a servitor at the front so as to sacrifice it. I don't like wasting troops, but I don't like wasting tech priests even more. And letting a tech priest get gunned down by a destroyer would be very wasteful. Seriously, I've got to do a Dawn of War 2 Retribution campaign playthrough on the channel at some point. I love that guard commander. Just, everyone else is like, I'm just going to shoot everything, and he's just like, but shooting you for insubordination, I hate waste, and shooting you for insubordination would be very wasteful. I'm sure I had more arc pistols. Maybe I cut the chambers out. Oh, I think I know what happened. I cut the chambers out of the one I made Yarrick. Not, you know, the good Yarrick I made last year. The other Yarrick I made back in response to his discontinuation. So I might still have an arc pistol floating around, but I don't know where. Oh well. I'll sort something out. Now, let's just move you up, and you're the one that's got the range to do anything, to do stuff, so... You've got line of sight on that, on the death mark. Let's take out the death mark. Thunk. One shot. We one-shotted the beast. I am gonna just bring this one into contact with that, because I'm about to burn cognition at the rate of knots. So because of a bug, the normal macro stubber costs 1 cognition to fire, which is kind of a shame. So that attack costs 2 because of the usage of the power field generator. And I think the power field generator worked with range, but I could be wrong. It seemed to buff damage normally. Of course. Figured he'd show up to be a problem. I mean, if it comes to it, I've got an incomplete Skitarii kit somewhere. I scored someone had sold a Skitarii kit that had 2 of the same sprue instead of 1 of each of the sprues. So I ended up with plentiful supply of Skitarii Vanguard helmets, but not enough bodies, I think. So I might end up using that. Now... let's just open up on that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's open up on him. Now, I'm just going to move over to here so I can get him into contact with the cognition. Because the more cognition I can get in this cohort, the better. Now, what units are in the backfield? In the backfield, I can do some damage. Look, let's drop that in. Is there any more cognition across the battlefield? Yes, there is. Good, because I am going to build up a gun line. Now, how far out of range are you? Okay, that's as far as I need to get him. I'm going to hold off on it for a moment. Now, I can find out what the damage type, what the armor type of... No, I don't need to, I can find, it tells me right now. Okay, both of them have... So why don't I instead just run up here and... that eats cognition. Let's do some damage to him at range. Yeah, let's up him a bit. Because he's going to get targeted by that destroyer. No, apparently the servitor is living up to its job. Poor servitor. That's a bad way to go. But there are many, many bad ways to go in 40k. I'm not sure I had legs in this bits box. Yeah, left Terminator hand. Nice. You know what would be cool? If the Hastarii kit has the option to instead be built with melee weapons. I know a lot of Mechanicus players dismiss melee, but like, what is more glorious than the motive force being directed downward on a foe's head? Now, haha, we get a lick in first. Nice. Aww. And servitor lost. Let's not. Oh, here he comes. Yay, he ignored the troops. Normally that'd be a problem, but right now I'm trying to build up that gun line. Take the shot. Okay. So those two infiltrators will actually be more effective against him. Okay, they are bothering the tech priest. That is a waste of that tech priest. He is in trouble. He is in a lot of trouble. I'm going to delay his turn. I'm going to run them up to there. That would not do very much. Let's just take them out. Let's just open up on him. Let's just open up on him. Well, that worked surprisingly well. Now, you can heal self. Grab cognition, because someone else is going to need it in a moment. Now, is there... You know what? Actually, let's just move you up to here first. Take the shot at him with that. Let's use the cognition now, because that way I'm not wasting as much. So I'm in the wrong position to take a good chunk off that other Necron unit. Let's take a good chunk of his health off. Let's just run you over to here. I can get you as far down as there. Now, +2 damage to all troops. That doesn't buff range, does it? No, it doesn't. Dang. It's like I can delete him, or I can delete him. You know what, let's delete the weaker of the two. It's what they do to us. And he's gone. Oh, and it's going to cost cognition to do anything, so... What's his weakness to physical? Yeah, energy weakness is his thing. That's going to weaken out, that's going to hurt our friend, but too bad. They say friendship is pain. I don't know if I believe them, but still, we've got that. We did some decent damage there. Now, who goes first? You do. Okay, what wakes up? Okay, we're going to have to deal with some horrible firepower. A death mark. Which one's the death mark? The immortal or the death mark? I can deal with one of them. What? Why? Why? Ah, there's gaps in the terrain. That's why I'm able to target him. Get foe. No, the closest thing I have to arc pistols are Victorian miniatures plasma weapons, which look more like coil guns. Did that... Actually, let's just move up to here. Who are you bothering now? Oh, didn't like that I ordered the squad to open up on you, hey? Take the shot. Yes! He's down. But at least I'm not short of Skitarii arms. Or apparently knight shoulders. But then I scored some in a head for a knight ages ago to use in as I was thinking of getting that big Dominus knight, but that was before it cost the absurd amount it does now, and I mean its original price was absurd, costing nearly $300. Now it's what, like 330 or something like that? It's not exactly a reasonable amount if you ask me. Not that GW would. But yeah, so apparently the next thing that's going to get revealed for what is probably going to be the Eye of Terror campaign is some kind of armoured unit, which I'm all for. But I reckon it might be something for the Guard. We're a bit overdue for a new tank. Not as much as the Mechanicus though. The Mechanicus really are in need of new armour. I won't even pretend they aren't. Like, if the Mechanicus get a new tank, I kind of want it to use the tracks from the Dracosan. Not the Dracosan, the Triaros. It's like both of them are heresy transports. But, like, yeah, I'd love for it to use the Triaros's tracks, but do something 40k with it. Alternatively, if 40k is going to get a new tank, what I want to have happen is for GW to use the base hull and tracks out of the Melkador kit and the sponsons, and instead of giving Heresy another Melkador variant, finally bring back the Melkador Defender. It's predominantly a 40k tank, and I want it to come back out in and I want it to come out in plastic. I mean, sure, I've got one that I scratch built a decade ago, and I've got another, actually more than a decade ago at this point, and I've got another underway that hopefully I'll make happen in time for, well, hopefully I'll get it finished soon, because it's actually part of my birthday mega video. But I just haven't finished the blasted thing, because, jeez, I bit off more than I could chew with that video. I've got another unit close to completion. Oh, there's a unit there that... Oh, no, I couldn't move past. I forgot that that was there. I was like, why have I not got so much terrain access? And it's like, because the destroyer is there. Now... let's take the shot on you. Okay, that might be a problem. You've got range on that, but I might as... Yeah, like Curio Claw. Curio Claw? Oh, the medical tool. Never mind. That did next to nothing. That's not good. Also, the Hastarii have got energy coils on the other side of their backpack. I wonder if they're tied to the No, they aren't tied to any particular weapon. It looks like their backpack has one on each side of it. That's kind of neat. But yeah, they've got the option for either an arc pistol looking weapon or a I think that might be the same stub weapon we see, or rad weapon we see used by the those servitor, the ranged servitors that Mechanicus got a while back. Now, so look, as much as I want to use that on the Necron there, the higher damage of the other weapon's more likely to be meaningful. See, that did more than what the other one would have. Figures. Damn, double movement penalty. Take the shot. Yay, we got him down to 1 HP. Now, let's see if that gives us the objective to wipe him out once we've got control of this. Or will it be evacuate to the centre? It's evacuate to the centre. Cool. I can do that, but first Let's get rid of this console, shall we? Oh, that's a bit cheap. Let's just wipe it out. I'm gonna just run over to here. Might as well get as much cognition as I can. What troop goes next? You do. Okay. You're physically closer, but... Oh, whoops. No, you can't fire again, can you? I haven't got anything else I can deploy, so... Oh well. Let's just move in front of the tech priest so he doesn't take a hit. Now, what stats is this thing? Okay, I can probably wipe him with the macro stubber. Let's try that. Let's see if I can wipe him with the macro stubber. Yes, I can. Good. Let's pull you back to within the control zone. Now... It's like, let's get rid of him. Now we can escape. Okay, the monumental statue of Argler is bracketed with demolitions charges. When they detonate, the statue topples, shattering onto the floor, on the floor of the chamber, as the Necron's grip on Silver Tenebris will surely break under the pressure of the Adeptus Mechanicus. There is little joy to be had amongst the Necron tombs, but I took pleasure in seeing that statue fall. The resource expenditure of this mission should be exceeded by the benefit gained for jubilation just to be justified. Trust me, Magos, the Skitarii will be might be mentally tougher than unaugmented troops, but even their morale is too important to ignore. I am heartened you are not neglecting the psychological health of our troops. Most tech priests do not give it a second thought. Most tech priests are not in command here. I am. I love the backpack design for the Hastarii. Oh no, it is Hastarii. Hastarii. There we go. Now, we've unlocked level 2 range troop and a new HQ, or new tech priest. So, let's greet Magos Drosius. Now, how do I want Drosius to be armed? Anyone in the chat want to suggest? How do they want... What do you guys want to say? Beyond, you know, And there'll be there is the restriction of pistols only, but how do you want to see Drosius armed? Do you want to see long range fire support or close range damage? I'll give you a minute. I'll give you a minute or two to decide. Energy armor. Well, has anyone got a way they want to see this tech priest armed? Should I go for physical damage or energy damage? So, how do I want to arm this one? Oh, I should have gone for that. I'll give them the dodge chance because that'll be particularly useful. And I'm grabbing that because I really need someone to be able to grab cognition. Now, this tech priest is going to, without outside input, this tech priest is going to be support. Should I give this tech priest energy or physical damage weapons? I mean, I've only got 2 physical damage. Or maybe I should go for ignores armor entirely. That costs a lot of cognition to use and is limited range. Any input, people? So I mean, I've got 2 physical damage weapons that I'm happy to use. We've got 3 pistol choices that do energy damage, and we've got 2 that just ignore armor entirely, but are weak as all heck. Beyond that, what do we want to do? Can't really upgrade him further, so giving him the sniper pistol is probably not a good idea. Let's give him that, and let's give him the arc pistol. I could really do with a mechadendrite right now for this tech priest. There we go, we got an arm on him so he can do some damage. Come on, where are my mechadendrites? I want mechadendrites already, please. Do I want the isotopic materials? I'm not doing those because I'll do those as a bonus episode before the end of the run. Do I want to go looking for the missing Skitarii? You know what, we're talking about Skitarii a lot today. Let's go Let's be heroes. Let's go rescue some Skitarii. The Medicaid staff on the Celestis Metallicon have asked my assistance, Magos, but with my forces already stretched thin, I cannot spare any manpower. Do you believe my tech priests have such spare time and resources in abundance? The staff were insistent. One in particular, Ferrosurgeon Caligurix, a Skitarii unit carrying several of her experimental bionics, has been lost in the tomb of Melb, or Melb. They demand their experiments be recovered. It is concerning the Medicaid staff are in the habit of using our Skitarii units for bionic experiments without consulting the Magos in charge. Still, that does not mean the request is without merit, especially if these new bionics can be used to improve the combat effectiveness of our troops. I have the approximate location of the Skitarii unit. Given the length of time they have been out of contact, it is very likely they are dead. My neurobolts return sadness at this prospect, but something can at least be gained by their sacrifice. The bionics will have been given a thorough field test. So you're going to get them back. Whatever killed that unit will still be down there. Quite apart from the use we might make of the data. It is not the way of the cult Mechanicus to seek knowledge. Oh no, is it not the way of the cult Mechanicus to seek knowledge through all means, even war? Of course, Magos. I'm grateful. This first surgeon Caligurix might not strike me as someone I should disappoint. Oh no, did not strike me as someone I should disappoint. You don't want to piss off the Ferrosurgeons. They tend to be the most dangerous one in the expedition. After all, the surgeons are the ones who will wield the knife on their own team members. You want to make sure they'll use that for good. What of the squad we're searching for? By the looks of it, but his augmentics are gone. Did the rest of the squad take them, or did the Necrons? Ooh, nasty way to go. A Skitarii trooper lies dead, much of the body torn apart by Gauss fire. It appears his augmentics have been removed, leaving gaping surgical openings in his body, along with more recent wounds. I'm sorry, buddy. We're just going to immolate you. I don't want to risk contamination to the team. Now, let's get into the actual firefight. Let's go. Come on, console, stop overheating. Okay, I might just move that one to there. Let's grab you to here. You to here. Oh no. Who goes next? So 1 to 1 goes next. Then 1 to 2, so... Then that one. Now, first of all, let's grab all of that cognition, not just some of it. Let's grab the stats on them. Okay, good thing I went for ignores shields. But let's just do some decent damage regardless. Okay then, so let's just do the same. The Gauss Gamma pistol is a useful piece of kit, but does have a slight cognition cost problem. Please be gone already. You're a nuisance. I don't want to keep within melee range, keep within close range of you. Buff. Buff. Just to be certain, another buff when I can make sure that I'm going to hit him. Take him down. Yeah, there we go. Nothing's in range. Let's get that. And move forward. At the very least we'll get some cognition, but the subject of cognition, let's just grab some from there. Now I'm not able to target that Necron, am I? Let's just move you to here so that you can. Or better yet, we take out that thing up the back there. Now. Okay, I don't have range for the power field for the macro stubber. Oh well. These things happen. I figured he'd grab cognition. But yeah, at the moment, with regard to the earlier mentioned grabbing 3 more copies of Combat Patrol, upon visiting a GW, ended up actually giving away one of the Tyrannid winged Tyrannid Prime models to a new player, because I figured new people will appreciate it more. Certainly more than me. Where did that Necron go? Ah, over there to be a nuisance, because of course he could. You know what? Let's just keep this one here. Let's just leave that for now. So, where are they going next? Oh, that didn't open. That's a shame. Oh, come on. Oh, right, I didn't give one of them the ability to just casually walk out of melee, did I? Really got to fix that. But it's 2 perks, but it's 3 perks into a tree that is intended for melee builds. I'm within range to grab cognition from that. Yes, I am. I am taking your cognition today and using it on him. I'm just going to move him out of line of sight of some of the other units. He is going to just... Actually, I could have run him back. Oh well, he'll be a distraction at the very least. Let's get to within the shield, within there. Whoa, 6 damage, nice work. Where are you gonna go? Bad place, but not a good choice, but still. What was that Necron unit stats? It's not really weak to much, so let's just bring the tech pressed around anyway and open up on it. Let's just open up on him. But at least it's something, but not much. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Of course you heal him. Now... that might not be the best use of him. Let's grab cognition. Not cognition, Blackstone. And do that. Oh, damage absorbed. Oh well. Now, let's grab all of that cognition there. Let's just move over to here. Take the shot at him because he's annoying. Now, did my servitor take a hit? No, he didn't. Good. take the shot at that. Then just for good measure grab a cognition point. I look forward to getting the second one that actually upgrades the cognition. Now, are you the one that's got abilities? Let's grab that. No, I've not got any troops in to do much damage. Let's just do some damage. Jeez, he hit well. Let's just open up. Okay. So, let's just open with that. And... yeet! Let's get rid of that. What's the bit he goes over the centre? Nope, he comes down here. An interesting choice. Ah, dang it. Haha, eat that. Oh, I didn't do very much damage, did it? You can just wait. Okay, so... troops. I should probably deploy some troops. Let's deploy one of those there. And deploy one of those there. Actually, I want to just... open up on that there. Let's move out of the way. Let's just move to here. Now, so I can have... open up on him and get rid of him. I'm sick of him. It's like lack of stealth, kabur. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of him. Now, actually, yeah, I will use that on him, and then I'll use the Phosphoserpia on that Necron. I just need to find an angle of fire that I can get a shot at him. Or I won't be able to. That's frustrating. Oh well. Bad choice, mate. He went down to the acid damage. Nice. Signs of fire. Got the mic on. Good. Signs of a firefight cover this chamber. Both Gauss fire and rad rifle shots. It is likely the lost Skitarii unit passed through this way, fighting a running battle with pursuing Necrons. Let's just investigate the chamber. Oh, that went badly. Spends more time than they can really afford, oh dear. And we just went through the chamber firing as we went, but that happens. It might be one of the experimental augmetics we're looking for. But what is it doing lying here? Yeah, if it's in a Necron tomb like this, it might have an infection on it. The cohort leaves the bionic where it is. Abandoning this potentially valuable item is balanced against the speed with which they pass through this region of the tomb. Now, I know from past experience that thing is infected. And if we pick that thing up, we end up, you know, having to deal with varmint Necrons. So, let's just get into the fight. Now, one problem with that, with the idea I have of using the using multiples of the Leviathan Terminator Captain to, you know, make a Terminator squad is that the Captain only has a Storm Bolter. He doesn't have any special weapons. This is a problem if, you know, you want the squad to be able to do something. Funny enough though, I have a decent bits box. So this problem is going to be more like a suggestion than an actual problem. Now, I want the more injured one to go over to here. Yeah, let's do that. Now, so the Necrons are going to be a problem one way or another. But yeah, it seems so far the main source of right-handed power fists that I can find is actually from Horus Heresy, namely the Legion Sergeant Upgrade Squad. Which is kind of a shame, but these things happen. Also because, you know, I'm converting them rather than using the proper Terminator squad, they're not going to have helmets. Which seems like kind of a problem for Space Marines, but, well, it seems like kind of a problem given, you know, they're wearing some of the heaviest armour in the setting, but at the same time, that is countered by the fact that Space Marine's skin is actually ridiculously tough, as is everything about Space Marines. Now, you can grab the cognition points from up here. So you won't be, you know, useless. Let's get the stats on you so I can know what best to do to deal with you. Now, I'm going to just run you up to here. Okay then, I can probably move you back down to here. Have you make contact with that in a moment. But first, let's just open up on you because I don't like you. Now, let's take the shot from behind. That did not in fact do very much. Now, what I can do, which will be more annoying for him over time, but won't actually do any direct damage immediately, is that. So, then. I'm going to have to leave that one for a moment. Oof, there goes the servitor, hey? Okay then, so troops get +1 damage. You get another plus damage. I grab more cognition. I bring in another troop. I buff that troop. And then I get you out of existence. So, we've got that going. No, there's no real enemies I can immediately target. Now, nope, targeted the wrong thing. Oh well. Be gone, Necron. You're a waste of my firepower. Let's just deal some damage to that, because I don't like that thing particularly. Ouch. That's going to be a problem. Okay. I'm going to have you open up on you. Let's just step back a bit, shall we? Let's get rid of him. Okay, that's not going to work for him. Let's get rid of him because that's the better use of that resource. Now, ouch. So, how are we doing, folks? Like, I mean cosmically. Like, things... I'm looking at the world, and the world seems straight up dark. Like... Oof. We seem very much like we're either on the Code Geass timeline or the Warhammer one. Jeez, they really don't like that one unit, which is a problem. Restore health. Yes, I know. Get wrecked. No cognition available. Open up on him. Open up on him again. And slowly retreat towards that one. Oh great, more reinforcements. Of course, actually looking at these things, sculpting the actual upper bodies for these could be an interesting task. As for sculpting the camas for them, that's also a bit of a task, but less of a pain in the ass because it's fabric-y stuff. Or plastic, made to look like fabric. Now, get wrecked. There we go. Do I want to just... I do want to take that out, and I can use the other tech press to open up on that Necron unit. Let's just move down to here. Let's just delay him for now. Open up on the healer. So... something felt like it was catching. Sorry for tapping the mic there. So... remove him. Good, that abomination is gone. Also, I think those are were a Forge World unit. don't relish having to scratch build Savola's axe for that Mechanicus 2 conversion build I want to do. But it's that, or I think buy 2 tech priests with half that, for basically part for the parts of the axe that attach onto something, and then like for the axe blade parts, and then attach them on something. It's like, nah, it'll just be easier to scratch build the thing once I know what size, you know, Savola is. But yeah, looking at these Hastarii, they are chunky folks. Now, I don't know if they're, you know, actually still the same size as Skitarii. They look like they might be. Now, let's just move you over to here and take you down a peg. Now you can just move over to here, because you were going through that door. That poor Skitarii. Yeah, these infiltrators are going to waste my poor units. Oh, poor guy was getting absolutely slammed, and he's probably going to go in and bully him. No, he's going to come over and harass that same tech priest. What do these guys have against that one tech priest? It's past the point where I think it's not just a coincidence. It seems like an outright grudge. They can't do much. Look, I might just hold off on doing anything with that. Oh, that might be a pro. Oh, that's going to render attacking them pointless with those infiltrators. Okay, so so it cost me $5 to get an arc pistol, or more than that to get enough of them for a unit. I'll see what ones I can find amongst my collection. But an arc pistol probably wouldn't be that hard to scratch build. Let's just run you up. I don't really want to do anything towards that console right this moment. Open up on him. There we go, that gets rid of the enemy medic. Open up on him. Okay, he is way too resistant to physical damage for my liking. Let's see if that does anything. I'm going to bring him in and heal, because that poor tech priest desperately needs healing. We got another cognition from somewhere? Okay, heal yourself up a bit. Open up on him and at least apply some acid damage onto him so that something can take him down. Three. That's better than nothing. He'll get taken down by something, but it won't necessarily be that tech priest. I'm loving how when I look for arc pistols from Mechanicus that I find a whole lot of arc trooper pistols of varying scales, including for Lego. Now, did you think I was going to forget the cruelty you've shown? I don't care. You can whack him all you want. He is coming through. I might just move him to there. Well, at least we've got some cognition. No, you are taking him out of spite. Let's just do some damage to the console. Oh, okay. Let's just buff our troops a little. Get rid of him. Oh, he can't do anything. Oh, you know, I want to... Okay, you can just run through to here. So I need to grab that before he takes you out. Or before I take him out, more like. So I want that blackstone. Getting the blackstone is not optional. We are leaving with the blackstone. Let's just open up on him and end this. Red parts. I only have one Skitarii backpack easily within range. Okay, the cohort locates the fallen unit. Bodies lying where they died in a last stand against Necrons that surround them. They clearly took a great many of their enemies with them. The cohort harvest the experimental bionics from the bodies, saying words of prayer for these valiant fallen. The ferrosurgeon is taking inventory of the bionics we returned to her. She seemed excessively interested in the condition of the corpses. A natural curiosity for all fleshy matters fleshly, as I understand it. It is to be hoped that she can parlay the data she gathered into making these bionics safe for widespread use amongst us Skitarii. I don't think I'll be volunteering for them. Necrons are bad enough, but if I were to pick the most terrifying thing about Silver Tenebris, it would be Ferrosurgeon Killix. She is on our side, a fact for which I am very grateful. And tier 2 vanguards, nice. I think that unlocks the rapid fire option for them, which is pretty good. Okay, so the cohort can all be upgraded a bit. So, what do I want to give this one? You were the Dominus, so you're the one that's... Okay, you're the one with the ability to escape that seems to not be triggering properly. Shen Spirit deals +2 damage. Jeez, that costs a lot of cognition. Jeez, that's a lot of cognition for that upgrade. I might just upgrade our new member a bit more. Some movement buffs would be a good thing, and another upgrade is a good idea too. So, upon killing a target, we gain cognition. Nice. It's a shame that doesn't spread across the entire team, but something's better than nothing. Is there anything else I can add on to this one that might make them a bit more effective? Maybe a better weapon? But that leaves the problem of them being cognition hungry. And I need to not have every tech priest be cognition hungry. I might stick with that loadout actually. So, do you give me a cognition, an augmetic? You certainly don't. And you don't. Okay. These will be you, and let's see what the other ones we have are. No. No. Where are my augmetics? Where are my augmetics? I think I'm going to end this here for tonight. Thank you all for watching. I will be back with more in future. Anyway, catch you around. Bye.